beach combing. It's a beautiful piece of bark, 2 inches thick. We're going to do it. Excuse me for a minute. Hey, Matt, how you doing, man? Can you hear me? I was just live cleaning out a bowl, an apple burl bowl, and it was too pixelated. How's this? Is it still pixelated? Hi, Evil Rick. I got my, I'm using my new camera holder right now, buddy. It's awesome. It's working great. Thank you so much. Evil Rick bought me a new camera mount for my lives. Got to drink of water at nighttime. Now, still at your hand when you move. Pick's fuzzy. What when I move it is? Fuck's sakes. What about now? Pick's fuzzy. Real fuzzy now? Shit. Maybe it's YouTube because let me see if I can go off my I did clean the lens. How's that? Is that any better? Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Maybe it just wasn't meant to be. Or maybe, just maybe, I don't know. A little better. Okay, let me try going off my mobile data here. I'll be back. Okay, this will be my mobile data. See if that's any better. Sorry for this, everybody. Gonna have to wait to see if I have to reset it again, or because it's my second time doing it. The first time I went live was fuzzy. This time still fuzzy. It's good now. Is it still fuzzy or no fuzz? Yes, fuzz, no fuzz. Excuse me. Drink some more water. So we have a cut saw, a brand new cut saw, original bit flame here that I'm going to be using. I normally use the extremes. Looks better. Is it good, like golden good, or is it just okay good? I usually use the extremes, but I figure I'll use this. I'll use this the silver one, flame, because it will slow me down. I don't know why this new camera mount, no fuzz, so it's good. Thank you. Thanks, Pat. Thanks, everybody. So this handpiece is on its last legs because it's just stripped in here. When I hold this pin, I can't lock it down too good. But Steve Canzora also gave me a good tip too. If your handpiece is on its last legs, like you can't, like it's not locking up very good. Like when I turn this, I can feel the pin skipping out right here when I got it pushed down. But that actually works pretty good. But you can carve away. I know these pieces, the little nuts that go on this hand, they always fly off for me. I keep putting it back on, but then one day when it flies off, I'm just like, leave it. So I carve like this. But another thing too, if your pin is stripped in there, right here in the shaft, what happens is you're carving with this, and you're pushing that down on your finger, and you're stripping the hole, and there's a metal shaft in here. You're stripping the hole, the edge of it. You can carve away these threads here. Yeah, you can. You can carve away these threads here and get a little needle nose pliers and pinch that on the metal shaft underneath these threads too. That's if it gets locked into place. If it gets locked into place because your shaft is done, I suggest heating this nut up with a little torch, let it expand, and then you'll be able to pop it out. So what kind of wood spirit should I carve for the very beginners? Should I do a basic one? Should I do there's going to be a video coming out tomorrow where I found a burl on the beach. It was like already cut. It already set flat. I let it dry out, and it's probably the hardest wood that I've almost ever carved. So, and that'll be 2 series. I Busher, not a green man tonight. This is just going to be a more basic one. So I just like to read you guys tips. If anybody wants to join the conversations on these lives, you have to have a Google account, which is YouTube. You have to have a YouTube account, and you'll be able to read the comments back after the lives too. So this stand, this new thing, Evo Rick got me. You can move it all around. Look at that, Rick. See, it's still a thing, tighten it up, and boom, there freaking goes. Just undo the nut and it's here too. I love it actually. It's I'm old school, just used to my simple overhead. So it's I'm getting used to this one that you bought me, Rick. So thank you very much for that again. So does anybody have any tips? What kind of wood spray I should carve? Now I'm just going to go over the very basics. I know I should have scheduled times when I go live, but I don't like schedules. You did it all, Rick. So I think it's important to have your center line on your carving. So there's your center line. Where do you want to put your eyebrows? Now, you could put them in straight across, or you could bring them down on each side too. And then your forehead will be up here. The center line helps you. You want to draw things on equal. Same as both sides. Same with the nose. So this is the way I do the nose. And I'm going to be going over everything here. You know, I don't know what the formula for the nose is. I think 1, 2, 3. I'm not too sure. I really don't care. If you want to care, you can care. It's always important to, when you're a beginner, because it's easy to get carried away when you're carving, to draw the bridge of the nose on thicker. You can make it thinner later. It's harder to make it thicker later. You can, but you have to carve a lot deeper. We only have 2 inches here. Well, 2 inches is a lot. So I suggest drawing this on the same. This pitch the same as this side in the same length. And that's for the very beginners. I don't even need to draw this on if I don't want to. I've carved a billion of these things. Now, at this point, we don't have to draw the mustache on because we're going to carve back here deep. We're going to carve all this wood away. We're going to push it back this way. Just like that. We're going to carve these eyebrows down lower. And, well, we don't even need to draw this on. We don't even need to draw this whole thing on. At first, we can just put this line on and carve all this back here so you get the nose to stick far off the face if you're going for that. I like to because I don't like my noses to be flat-faced noses. So the deeper that you carve down around the nose here, and the deeper that you carve these eyebrows back, like this, your nose will stick farthest off the face. Like some other carvers I know, they don't use, here's a just carve Rob side view. They don't really show just carve Rob side views. When you look at it straight on, it looks fine, but it's flat faced. So the deeper that you can carve, but that's fine. That's the way some people do it. The deeper that you carve it, especially around here, the more you're going to get more definition into your face. So I got the fan blowing out the window here. Let me turn that off. Close the window. Yeah, that piece, you guys are going to see the burl piece that I'm working on. I'm just finishing up. I'll finish a second video tonight, but it's the hardest friggin' piece of wood there. I think it's the hardest piece I've ever carved. I'm pretty sure it's rock maple. Just Carved Rob was telling me that he carved me a spoon that was rock maple Santa. He said it was like the hardest wood that he's carved. So anyways, okay, so I'm gonna also, where do you want to put your face? It's a little bit high up here. There's not much room for hair up here, but that's fine. So let's just start off by carving around this line, the forehead line, and then pushing that wood back. Pushing means carving deeper. All right, so I'll probably end up carving these eyebrows off. You'll see me bouncing back, carving the eyebrows down. Let's try and give this guy a real defined nose. 3, 2, 1, ignite this flicker. I'm just going to carve heavy and fast right now. Now taper it back. All the way, taper it all the way down to where you see the tip of the nose there. Just Carved Rob was live 2 times, 3 times today. This is a real nice piece of bark. I don't know why my light keeps flashing on and off. So there you go. You know, you got to think when you're doing the Woodspirit, so you can see now if you look at the face and you carve below that nose, it's going to stick far off. But you got to remember when you're carving that nose and detailing it, you're going to carve the nose down lower too. So there's so many different ways to do it. This is the way I'm doing it, and this is my opinion. All right, so that's a straight edge there, right? So let's just, while we're at it, we'll just kind of round that, taper that edge back down. I hate spiders. That was a, yeah, it was Bouchot that said that was a hobo spider. All right. So there we go. That's all. It was. I looked at it. That was a big hobo spider. And I do see funnel webs around. So now you can readjust where you want your eyes. So we'll drop our nose a bit. This pen's a little bit too aggressive. So now I'm not going to draw the mustache on yet. Now you can see those eyes kind of go like this. I like them, my opinion, I like them coming down at the sides. And I got to remember this is for the very beginner, so down at the sides. So now I'm going to do a simple cut across the eyebrows, not too deep, but then I'm going to cut deep from here all the way around here. That's going to be the deepest part of the carving, besides, well, the forehead. All right, so there's your eyebrows established. Now you can cut your nose in now, or you can remove the wood below the eyebrows. I'm going to remove the wood below the eyebrows. See, I'm taking the eyebrows down again. If you take the eyebrows down again, that means you gotta take the forehead down at the same time. Okay, so let's cut beside the nose. All right, now remove the wood beside, on this side of the face, this side of the face, and below the nose. This is a really nice piece of bark. For anybody wanting to get bark, there's a fellow on my Dremel carving group. It's called Beginner Dremel Carvers. He sells the bark there, and he sells it for a pretty good price. So don't just do a cut underneath that nose. Remove the wood below the nose too. Look at, we already got the nose established. Now we're not going to cut too deep below the nose yet because we're going to do something after. I'll show you. How are you guys liking this new view? Because before the camera used to be up here then straight down. This is kind of tilted more towards you. Thanks to Mr. Evil Rick. Good, thank you. So there, look, your nose is established because you took the forehead down first, right? Do it first, you don't have to do it later. And you can take those eyebrows, the deeper that you take those eyebrows down, the more you can really get the nose to stick off. You got to, I like it. You got a link for it? Evil Rick bought it for me. Okay, so now you can, like I say in lots of my videos, once you get this to this point of the carving, get your eyebrows established, get your nose established, you can carve any kind of face you want. You can make those eyebrows rounder up there. You can make the forehead bigger just by carving back. There's, you know, it's, but once you get to this point, you can carve any type of face you want. It doesn't have to be a wood spirit. So what kind of mustache do you want? Do you want it just to come rolling down like this? And then you can give it the hanging bottom lip. Or, so this would be one. Or you can roll it off the sides like this. And then down like this. What do you guys think? Number one or number two? I think I'm going to go with number 1 because our number 2, where it rolls off the side, so I can show you guys what I'm talking about, how to get the nose to stick even farther off the face. So let me clean up all this stuff here again. And definitely don't feel like you have to carve as fast as I do. I meant number 2. I slip mask. Okay, so, you know, realistically, you would want to, your nostrils would be up here, and you would want to carve them down, and you would want to carve your mustache like that. But this wouldn't be hair in here. But let's just go like this for now. Another thing too, this really makes Woodspirits look pretty cool if you can pull it off. If you give it a nice swoosh in there, give it a nice, like, make it look nice, and it's just different things, right? But let's not pay attention to this yet. Now, I don't want to cut too deep here. I'm going to start here. I'm going to kind of, your mustache, your beard matches your mustache right here for realism. But if you want to have your whole mustache showing, you can just carve it and see the whole mustache. Or you can blend it in right here. I'm sorry I can't read the comments right now. I'm just busy trying to teach. So I'm going to cut in here, not too deep. Other side. All right. So now you have those cuts. Now you can push the mustache in deep. This would be your cheekbone. Carve it deeper into the cheekbone, so the cheekbone gets elevated. And when you do that, you carve underneath the nose again too, to get the nose to stick farther off, even farther off the face. I say getting the nose to stick farthest off the face on lots of my videos because I think, why, I ask myself, why do I say that on lots of my videos? Well, I think once I learned how to do that, my wood spirits have gotten better. That's the only reason I say it. Now, I'm no friggin' Alec Lacrosse. Alec Lacrosse can carve a face to look like a real human's face. My faces, I would love to do that. My faces are still wood spirits. So cut deeper below the nose again. Okay, hi Perry. So I did that cut. So now remove the wood and push that mustache down underneath there. Make this higher. Now you can do those cuts here where your nostril would be. So now what step do you want to make next? See? Your cheekbones are elevated. So your face would come down here and your beard would roll off right here. Well, you'd have sideburns all the way up actually. But let's just go like this. So I'm just going to do a cut here and a cut here. Try and make them so you can go like this. Put a line there so you know that the cuts come down same on each side. So I'm going to cut in here. You know, you really don't have to cut here because you want your your beard to elevate off the carving, but we're going to keep this simple. All right, so let's just cut our beard in there. Everybody say thanks to Evil Rick for buying me the new camera mount. I think it's working great. There's like good shadows here, everything. Evil Rick is a long-time subscriber, a good friend, and yeah, he's done a lot for the channel. Okay, so there. Do you guys agree? You guys think it's pretty good? Instead of just being overhead, it's more this way. So don't be afraid to. You did it all, Rick. Redraw your lip in there. Give it the curve. This one can curve down more here. You can do your mustache any which way you want. Now, realism, your mustache, your lip would be past the side of the nose. So let's cut in that. Let's just cut in that bottom. Now, this piece of bark is so soft. You got to be careful. Don't cut too deep. I just like to clean up my lines. Now, if I look here, this mustache is bigger than here. Well, when I see that, it's okay. I just carve it down and I just widen it. Take it down some more. All right. I look at this side of the inside of the mustache and this side of the inside of the mustache and line it up with the nose. This one's a little bit farther that way. Well, no, they're pretty good. But those are things I look at. You know, you can always redraw your center line on again. So let's go really gentle and carve a bottom lip in there. Now, I'm going to plug in, I'm going to carve deeper in this corner. You can see the bottom lips established. I'm going to carve deeper in this corner, and I'm going to carve deeper in this corner to get the lip round. You know, you could even, these could be teeth if you wanted them to, and hollow out here, and you could have a bottom lip down here. There's just so many different things you can do, but let's just keep this simple. All right, there's a quick little bottom lip. Now, the mustache doesn't need to stick that far off the face, so I carved the mustache down lower to her. Okay. So there you go. There, we're getting established here. Now, take that mustache down a little bit lower. Now, for my cheekbones, your beard will basically come like this, right here, about here. But I just kind of I have my own style. You guys will come up with your. I kind of just round this off here. It will kind of give it cheekbones. See, that one's good. This one is a little bit. I think, how can I explain this tip? When you're carving a face and you carve when you carve something too thin, like this cheekbone started becoming a bit too thin, okay? At that point, it would make it too thin. So there's just a little point there. But if you carve deeper, everything seems to get thicker again. So this bottom lip's, it's pretty big. It's always better to have probably a smaller bottom lip, but it's okay. He looks happy. Now, let's see here. Now, what kind of beard do you want to give this? Do you want to make it all a beard down here, or do you want to cut it here, make the beard elevated off the piece, and then this would be separate down here? What's that crack there? So let's just actually carve deep beside the temple here. Give you more depth. You know, I did learn a lot of my carving, some of my stuff, tricks of the trade from Kevin at Sticks and Stones. He's recently started making videos again. He gave me a good tip to carve deep, and just carve, Rob did too, carve deep beside the temples. Kind of round it off. Because when you do that, you can make your face rounder. It's not so flat. So I see here, I carve, look, there's nothing there. This has that thing, that lip there, but I carved so deep I wasn't paying attention. Just carve it a bit deeper. Okay, so let's shape the nose. Now, you got to be, when you're very beginner, even experienced, you got to take your time working on the nose, but I never do. So you want it to be like that. Your bridge of the nose doesn't have to stick way far off the face. Your bridge of the nose can just, you know, you can make it so it's like a ski slope nose. There's so many different ways to do it. Keep on looking at your side. That's pretty good. But now it's square. So it's square. We're going to make it like a triangle here. So I'm going to cut this side and cut this side, flip back. You're going to, when I'm carving wood spirits, you're going to always see me jumping back and forth. Never focusing on one area too long, because then you'll lose focus on the other side. You know, this guy's got a pretty big. Let me just try and get this. This guy's got a pretty wide nose. You can make it thinner. You can carve it thinner if you want. And just repeat. Okay. Hi, David. So I think this is going on point. You can still slope that back more. So your nostrils, you can put a line across here. So you just run them down your line that you got there, smile line thing, okay? So what I do is I just cut here, then I remove some wood in the back. And sometimes when I'm carving, it's better for me to do the side that is not, say, this would be the left side of the face. It always seems like the stuff on the left side of the face is better, easier for me to carve. I'll start on the harder side to carve because then it's easier to balance it out on the easier side. Take the eyebrows down lower again. So I'm going to carve these eyebrows. So we lost depth on our nose because we had to carve it, shape it. So I'm going to carve those eyebrows lower again. I'm going to carve them right off. Usually when you do one thing, one cut means you got to do another one somewhere else. So this guy's forehead's short. That's okay. It could be hiding inside the wood. But let's make it a bit bigger. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I was carving this, I really didn't try and touch where the beard comes off because you kind of want it to be elevated off the face a bit. So it doesn't just come, well, see here, it kind of puffs off the face. This one I carved it down a little bit. Too much. Okay, let's cut up some quick eyebrow hairs in there. Got here some eyebrows. Split the eyebrows. This is what I'm talking about. See that? So I just cut that in and I cut it too thin here. It should be more rounded. But so if you carve it deeper, it will thicken out. All right, let's take a break. Put this on the back like this. Let's see here. Look at that, Evil Rick. Oh. He's got a quite the long nose. That's all right. Now your eyebrows, make sure you split the. We're gonna make this. We're gonna make the bridge of the nose a little bit thinner here. Make sure you split the eyebrows to the side of the nose. It's going all right. Now, does anybody have any questions? Well, I'm just taking a little break here. Yeah, this camera mount is working great for me, Rick. Thanks again so much. Now, it's easy. If you think that nose is too long, if you don't want it to have a long nose, you just carve those eyebrows down again, and you'd carve those eyebrows down low, carve them off. Doesn't matter if you do that, because the more that you carve those eyebrows down, the more that you're going to get your nose to stick off the face. Carve them down, carve them off, carve down here, and then recarve them here. Spoiled piece of bark. Yeah, so if anybody wants to get bark, fair warning, bark is very fuzzy wood to carve. I'm not fuzzy, it's dusty. The dust seems to flow through the air a lot. It's light. Yeah, so this is a nice solid. It is a solid piece. So there, if you look, that nose sticks farthest off the face. Do you guys think that nose is too long? Do you think it's too short? Do you think it's fine? Hey, Darren. Trees to these. What do you guys want to see? You want to see me make the? You want to make? You think it's great? Okay, I can make it. I can make the nose shorter if you guys want to see that. I can do anything that you guys want to. Well, not anything, but almost anything. Well, maybe not almost anything. Let's just say some things. Just Carve Rob was live 3 times today on YouTube. I don't think he'll be here today because I wasn't able to be on his lives too much. Maybe he's like, well, if Dory's not going live on my live, I'm not going to go on his lives. Perry's forums. I think it's fine. I always try to exaggerate the nose to its focal point. I don't understand what you mean by that. Patrick, are you the new admin in the group for Dremel carving? I think you are. You always try and make the nose the center, the focal point. I think that's a good practice to have. You know, I usually myself have. It's nice to have puffier lips like this. Sometimes it makes it friendlier, right? When you have a thin bottom lip, it kind of looks. I don't. It's easy. It's easy for me for my wood spirits to look aggressive. I like them to look aggressive. Does anybody have any questions before I finish my break? Because we're not going to sit here and talk for too long on this live. I got to start carving ones like this to sell for Christmas. I got to start stockpiling for Christmas. It's already. How was your coffee? My coffee was good this morning. Give it a big honker because people look. Oh, you like to give it a big honker because people look. Yeah, that's right. You know, when I do carve big, thick honkers, people are always like, I like the nose. I'd like to show you some of my carvings, but new to all of this. How do I? You can send me an email. Maybe Evo Rick can print it out for you. You can send me the pictures. Thanks. Thanks, Mask. Okay, so what's our next move? Well, we can cut those nostrils in. So you can make wide nose. Oops, I got to get used to this. Look at that, Evo Rick. Look at that, buddy. Let's try and adjust this a bit here. You guys decide if you want me to do eyes. I like this. It's great for lives. I'm gonna really try and make it like this right now. That's what I'm carving. I can, yeah, that's perfect. So these eyes are a little bit not perfect. This one's down a little bit lower. But what I do with if I want to give it the eyebrows some shape. Okay, so here's a question from Mark. Oh, hey Jordy, I'm working on some New Zealand. Oh, hey Jordy, I'm working on some New Zealand palm. Oh, that's the best abalone. Okay, sorry everybody. This comes from Mark Anthony. Hey Jordy, I'm working on getting some New Zealand abalone. It's called PAUA. I'll clean it up for you. I'll let you know when I have it. I just gotta wait for my friend to go diving. Oh, that would be friggin' fantastic. I'd be even happy to pay you for it. So I was thinking of that. Mark said that he cleans abalone shell, the outer shell of the abalone shell, with a flapping 80 grit sanding disc or something. But do you polish them too, Mark? Because the abalone shell, you can, like I suggested on my last live, when you buy the abalone shell, like to do inset for eyes, you can look at it and here's the shell, right? Like the inside of the shell, it looks shiny, but the outsiding has a thick case on it. And I was trying to explain, it's really hard to get that thick case off of it. But Mark says that he does it. That'd be great. I'm just waiting. I can if you like. Well, because it needs to be polished, doesn't it? Does it not need to be polished? Because I'm not. Let me pull out my little abalone shell case. Actually, where's that shell that I had? Because I like lots of natives use the abalone shell to inset eyes and stuff. I like using it sometimes too. Actually, I did it quickly on my piece. But yeah, so this is so normally when you look at the shell on the pictures, the inside's shiny. Those holes are natural. That's how the thing breathes or spits out sand or something. But normally you look at the shell, like pictures of the shell like this, and it's shiny on the inside. But you don't want to use the inside of the shell. Well, sometimes you can, but you want to use the outside of the shell, right? So you got to make sure it's called polished both sides or sanded both sides. So just fair warning to all those people that want to buy this on eBay or Etsy, make sure it's polished both sides. The outside's done too. But now I'm thinking about trying to buy one that's unpolished on the other side and see how, because I got 36 grit sandpaper. Now, do you polish yours like, does it come out like this when you're done with it, Mark? Because this is polished. But yeah, supposedly the best abalone is from New Zealand. This camera's a little bit low, I think. I'm going to have to adjust it here. So just fair warning to all those people. Polish both sides. Yeah, easy. Okay. What should I work on next? This cheek is sucked in quite a bit right here. This one's not so much, but we don't want to make them equal. 3, 2, 1, ignite the dust collector. Okay, so I'm going to shape these eyelids. I'm just going to use the bit like this. Not eyelids, eyebrows. Okay, so let's cut in some beard hairs. See how you left that higher? Because it makes it look like it's rolling off the face. Anyway. Now, not that I think I'm better than anybody, but I see lots of people cutting their hairs, and they'll just cut like very beginners. It seems like they're just being lazy, and they'll just do a cut like this. Now, when I cross them, I do it gradually. Like I'm going to bring this one out. See how you do it nice and gradually. So I left these ones long. So you want these are real basic beard hairs. You want everything to be flowing nice. Like you see how this one's flowing this way? Get the other one to flow the same way. Now, if it's flowing this way, which way do I want to cross it? I want to go like this, and I want to cross it right here nice and slow. Nice and slow. So this one, we'll just cross it this way, right to left. Nice and slow. See that? What about this one? This one's straight. You don't want it when you're doing beard hairs. You definitely don't want to have anything straight. So all right. So this one looks pretty long here. It can be long. That's your mustache. But if you want to separate it, let's see here. Come up and over. All right. See how there's nice and movement in there? Same kind of deal with the hair. So let's just make the hair just flowing up. You can make it so it comes down if you want. So I like this line right here. So I'm just going to go like this. kind of round these edges off a bit first here. So I was talking about earlier, if you do it earlier, you don't have to do it later. All right, so there's our hair. Now let's cross these lines on this hair too. So oops. I took a little bit too much off that side. So just now run around, shape your things so you're happy with it. Let's punch our nostrils in the nose. Kind of round it a bit. All right. It is nice to leave some of the bark on this, the color of it. Now, if I look at this, I see this side of the face seems a little bit wider here. Let you guys think, let's just take a little break here. It's always good to stop your carving. Make sure you're happy with the way it looks. So this one has a pretty long face compared to what I usually do. But it's all right. It's good to do different things. But you see how you cross that hold on a second here. You see how crossing that hair slowly just separates it? Now there's tons of different ways to do the hairs. Sorry, everybody, I'm just getting used to this tripod holder. I gotta make sure it's let's see here. It's not perfectly square, but who cares? All right, so after I took all that down to get that nose to elevate, you know, it doesn't seem like the nose is sticking farthest off the face. Looking at it here, it looks kind of flat. But if you get a pencil and you go like this, well, yeah, it is sticking far off the face by quite a bit, actually. Now, do you guys think I should carve this fellow realistic eyes here? It's up to you. Let me put a hole in the back of this right now while I remember. And I can see that his beard hairs, this one kind of comes up a little bit high here, so let me fix that too. All right. That's a simple little fix. Now, does anybody have any questions? Now, if I'm going to do a realistic eye, I'm just going to do the easiest way I can explain it. This bit has even been aggressive. This cutsaw bit has even been aggressive for this piece of bark. It's been soft. Can't see any comments right now. 1 second, please. Get this thing over here a bit more. That's all right. Does anybody have any questions? Rick said, email I need. Yep, that's my email, CanadianOneDude@gmail.com. Rick, do you have a channel? Yeah, Rick has a YouTube channel. Make some shell eyes. No, I don't want to do shell eyes on this one. I'm going to pull out the little detail burr out of the detail kits. I really suggest these. They're awesome. This little one right here is my favorite. It's the gold one. So these detail bits come in silver or gold. The silvers are way more aggressive than the gold ones. Now I'm just going to... So with this little detailing bit, you can give it eyebrow hairs. You can carve the eyes with it. You carve your age lines up top. This little sucker right here. This is my favorite. Besides the Cutsaw Extreme Flamer, this is my favorite bit right here. Does it seem like that camera's moving? I can't get it tight right at the base of it. Let's see here. I'm just sorry. That's what this video is really about. Practicing with my new tripod thing. That's all right there. Is it still moving? Yeah, look, it's moving slowly. Right at that base, that screw one. Rick, do you have the same one, Rick? Right where there's no wing nut turn thing on it, but it's just a normal screw, and I can't get that tight sometimes. That's okay. That's good right there. Perfect. Is CH? Sorry, I don't know what is CH. So like I said, this one is longer. Well, it has a longer face than I normally do. It's easy if I wanted to make it shorter. Just carve those eyebrows off. Carve them lower. Is it my favorite wood spirit? No, absolutely not. But it's a wood spirit. And I think I've said some really good tips to get to this point. I could scoop that in a bit more there. Do you cut deep spots in parts of your beard? Well, yeah, some spots are deeper, like down it's deeper in there. You know, you can make your beard curly. You can give it curlies. You can use the aluminum cutting bits to make them really detailed. You can use like diamond bits that are flat to make it smaller. There's tons of different ways to do it. You know, I can cut it like deep down here, make it look like there's a piece sticking off of it to get shadows. Cut underneath this one. Does that make sense? Shout out to Ben Studio on the Lake. So yeah, I'm going to be using the detail burnout for the eyes. All I'm going to do is, well, I'll explain it the best I can. This piece of bark is really soft. It's stable, but it's really soft. But it's almost better to use a diamond bit. That's okay. And like I say on my videos, it's easier to make your eyes looking that way, or up, or down. The hardest ones for me are looking straight at you. Now, eyes come with time and experience, and the more you get used to holding your handpiece in different forces and stuff like that, like more pressure, less pressure, and how much the bits and what bits work for this and that. So, anyways, I think break time's over here. So let's move this down. I'm going to have to do some adjustments with this again. Sorry, everybody. So we'll have to take this up higher. Just like that. Yeah, it's great. It's great, Rick. Thanks again, man. I can't thank you enough. So, whenever I here's a pencil. So they say that there's a formula. So if you add this into 5, your eyes would be like 2 lengths here, and the bridge of your nose would be 1 length. But we didn't go over that. But that's just if you guys ever want to do that. So we'll put a pencil line here and a pencil line here. Sorry, I'm trying to make these square. It's hard to do. The camera. That one's a little bit higher. So all I'm going to do with this bit, actually, hold on a second, please. All I'm going to do with this bit is plunge into this side, like carve deep. Then I'm going to go over here instead of doing once carve deep in here, carve deep in here. I'm going to rotate it and carve deep in here and deeper in here. Then I'm going to connect the dots. Then I'm going to carve, you know, the deeper that you carve inside your spots in there, the deeper this guy's going to have squinty eyes, all right? The deeper that you carve into each corner, the rounder your eye's going to look. There's different ways to do your eyes too. You can cut it round like a football here first, carve deeper on the football, round it off, then put your pupil in. Right, the way I'm doing it, I put my pupil in first. All right, so there's 2 deep cuts. Let's go to the other side. All right, so there. Look, it already looks like there's Chinese eyes in there. So now you have to give it your bottom eyelid and top eyelid. Now round those eyelids off. And remove the wood below the bottom eyelid. Now remove the wood above the top eyelid. And beside the nose. Now your top eyelid overhangs your bottom eyelid. Kind of round that bottom eyelid off. Right? That's all. Give it some crow's feet. Give you a cut down here. The eyebrows, you can do a cut to separate them from the face. Hold on a second. Okay, give them some age lines. Eyebrow hairs. Separate that bottom lip from the mustache. So I'm just going to punch these eyes in either one way or another way. I'm going to punch them in this way. There you go. forget to sign it. So there you go. You can see this eye here. I carved the eye into the eyelid, so you just you got to be careful of that. Now those are very simple, effective eyes. Now let's see here. Where's my sanding thing? This is a little bit aggressive for this bark. Because this is pretty soft bark. Who's getting better? I'm going to turn my Dremel. Well, maybe not that low. I might be in Indiana. Rick says you might be in Indiana. I think the more that you do the weird wood spirits, and you know how to do little cuts to give shadows, you don't have to use any type of finisher. And just kind of let the carving speak for itself. There you go. Like, I could wood burn it a bit. My microphone's coming undone. So here's just Carve Rob side view. Nose is sticking farthest off. So you just, this one I plunged in a bit too much here. You know, this one needs to be smaller. Actually, no, that's right. This one needs to be bigger, and this one needs to be smaller when it's looking one way or another. What's going on here? There's something's funny with this. I gotta put my, I think I sanded away the thing. That's what, you know, I should have just maybe used Scotch Brite to sand it. Maybe we'll just give it a little bit of wood burning too. Sorry, I'm not going to set the camera up. I'm just going to fix that eye a bit here. Yeah, sand away the eyebrow hairs too. That's better. Well, I could sand this. See that curve there? I could sand that away, but that's okay. The more you do, the more they're going to start looking more realistic. So if I was going to wood burn it, I put a little bit, a touch in here, touch in there. You punch in deep. Thanks. You punch in deep in each corner of the lip, so when you burn it in there and you sand it, the burn stays inside there. Thanks. Hey, Dave. He really does. Give me a second here. I got to get a cigarette fuel. No, does anybody have any questions? Now I'm thinking about, I got another piece of bark here. It's a smaller piece, but I'm thinking about, I could carve it to show you guys how everything I showed you, well, everything that I showed you on this video, I hate doing this sometimes, pardon my language. Everything I showed you on this, I'll incorporate into this. But I'll be curving fast. Now, like I said, if you want to get some cottonwood bark, there's that fellow that sells it in my Dremel group, beginning Dremel wood carvers. He sells it. I think you get like 10 pieces for $50 plus shipping or something. If you don't like Facebook that much, well, just kind of, I hate Facebook, tell you the truth, but you're just kind of shit out of luck. So does anybody have any questions? Patrick, I had a bad crush, left the club world a few years back to start writing again. Oh, with club, if you want to say, you don't have to say. I should carve to freak your neighbors out, carve eyes all over fence posts. I had somebody, I was riding in a pack and somebody wiped out at me wiped out 5 feet in front of me on their bike, got into the death wobble doing, I think it was like 110 kilometers an hour. Hit a weird bump or something. I didn't ride much after that. Does anybody have any questions? I'm putting on the Cuts All Extreme Flame Bear. Yeah, so I'm not going to say too much, but it was a senior member 5 feet in front of me. It was a pissing raining day, And all I said to myself was, Jordy, don't hit him. Don't run him over. Don't run him over. So I got around him. He was rolling down on his back and hands and knees down the highway. Luckily, it was raining. Well, that's probably why he got into the death wobble. Anyways, so would you guys like to see me carve this one fast? Like, I'm not going to talk and explain what I'm doing, but to see if my wood spirits look better carved slower or faster. Yep, you just got to keep practicing, Mark. There's other channels like Kevin Six at Stones. He pretty well does all basically wood spirits, and he's got lots of tips how to do expressions and all that sort of stuff. Rick. Yeah, I'll do Jordy. You just got to keep on going over it and over it and over it. I know the bark, the cottonwood, like I say, I don't care what anybody says. When you're learning how to wood carve, the best wood to get is free wood. Besides that friggin' maple burl that I was carving, I carved it yesterday. I just put a clear coat on it. Now I got to finish that video. Boy, that was, I think it was like freaking rock maple. Was it ever hardwood, man? Friggin' nightmare. Because I'm so used to carving softwood. And people have sent me Truth Sensei. Hello. And Hackberry. People have sent me the hardest wood in the world. And the most dense wood in the world. So I know what hard wood is, but even my aluminum cutters, my aluminum cutters would not even cut this wood the way it does cut hardwood. Man, I hated carving it. I was excited to get it done. Maple. Electopus. I've carved it. I got a piece of Electopus here. Can you hear me? My microphone's going on and off. So Just Carve Rob was live 3 times today. If you want to go over, check out his videos. He's working on a walking stick. Yeah, I think it's rock maple that I carved. Man, boy, oh boy, oh boy. The least favorite wood that I like carving is I do not like carving maple when it's dry or when it's wet. It's usually fuzzy wood, but the wood turners like turning it because you can apply a finish real nice to it. It sounds really nice. And the grains are nice in it. But I will not be carving maple for a long time. I tell you that much right now. Anyways, I got to clean the outside of this bark off. Now, does anybody have any questions? I'm going to carve this real fast. Not as fast as I can carve, but I'm going to use all the techniques I used on this carving fast. Poplar. Yeah, I got some big, huge poplar burls at my burl slabs at my tent, my carving tent. Hi, MAPK. You're still here, Darren? Man, it seems like doing lives is the way to go for YouTube. It's pretty well people like it's good for people to be able to chat to people, right? I'm not really that guy, but Amy Jo likes to go live so she can chat to her wood carving friends and community and stuff like that. Just Carve Rob. I think that's why he went live 3 times today. It's a lot more work to make the videos. That's for sure. Than to do the lives. No, I don't like hardwoods either. Manzanita, though, I love manzanita. I was going to actually carve this live on today. This is a piece of manzanita burl. Just a little piece. I was going to carve a little wood spirit in this, but plans changed. Yeah, so is abalone? I guess abalone in New Zealand is not. We're not allowed to catch abalone here in British Columbia anymore. So I guess it's not. It's not. You can still fish it. You can still get the. I heard it's the best tasting clam too. Oh, I don't have spiker wheels here to change your wording for me, buddy. It's all coming up in Ukrainian. I think it's Ukrainian. The last live I did Spike and Chris. Yeah, oak's not too bad. Hi, John Griffith. Carved some oak today, but you got to be careful. Dave, was the oak? Did you carve it out for like an outside piece or a big piece with your chainsaws? Because it cracks pretty bad. So, fair warning. Yes, Ukraine, you're gonna have to. I hope you're being safe out there. I think it's Mark. You're gonna have to translate your words before you send them here. Oh, small, nice. I just carved some oak, actually, a couple weeks ago. I think I made a video. So let's put the camera in the overhead position again. I'm going to clean up this bark first. It's a piece I found on the ocean. No bug holes. It's a nice piece. I got to get my screwdriver and chip this stuff off and then pull up my Fordham and clean it up. So let's do this again. Yeah, this works great. All right, so will that be good? Well, thing is, this is kind of in my way. Let's see here. Sorry, everybody. This live is basically two. Let's do a side view like this. Oh, awesome. Maybe you could send. Maybe you could even send me some that still have the casing on them. I could possibly clean it. Yeah, I think our abalone shell here is mother of pearl. Well, this is a pretty solid piece. So I'm going to pull out my Fordham and clean it up. I got the less aggressive bit on here right now, but it cleans up nice. Where's the pedal? I think after this live, I'm going to go fire up the barbecue and cook a steak and potato. Yep. This one, I'm going to leave a bit more bark on it, like the outside. Good enough. All right, so I got the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. So when I do a piece like this, I think, what do I want for the top and what do I want for the bottom? Well, the top I'll have the cut piece, so people won't see that because it will be higher hanging on the wall, and leave the bottom natural. Is that okay filming this way here? Or let's do this. Let me readjust this. Your weed leaf came. All right. So how about I be cocky here and I don't even draw anything on. I just carve it. Not saying look what I could do. It's just to show you guys. I'm going to use the same techniques that I just used. Can you guys see all right? Remember I said do this now? You don't have to do it later. Where's my sander going? I'm going to sand it before I plug in the eyes. We'll be able to do some wood burning on this one after. Oops. It's that little detail bit. pretty well it. Shoot. I got a little bit of Scotch-Brite here. Scotch-Brite works better on it's really soft wood like this, but it does expose, it makes the grain pop out, which is not a bad thing, I guess. All right, shoot, I forgot to put the hole in it. What's going on with his nose there? Dum, da, da, dum, dum. Same things. Basically the exact same practices that I showed for this one. Will Choate. Will CHOATE. Love what you're doing. I had a stroke a couple of weeks ago. I don't know if I'll able to keep carving. I love to try some cottonwood bark. This is comes from Market. Sadly, that tree doesn't grow over here. I will. Yeah, it would be expensive for you to get the bark over there. That's for sure. Well, I hope you're doing okay from your stroke, and hopefully you'll be able to get back at carving. You gotta, I hate to say it, but you're gonna probably have to push yourself to find the strength to do it. And I think it would probably be a great, when I had I don't know if you know, Will, but I got the head injury, like a traumatic TBI, traumatic brain injury. My doctor, my neurosurgeon said the best recovery for, something good to recover for a head injury is, believe it or not, video games. Yep. See, this one's got a smaller lip in there. It's off a bit. Look, it's got a nostril there. More that way. I can carve it open more. It doesn't matter. This gives it character. They're looking at each other. Yeah, video games, she said. She says, "Do you got a video game system, Jordy?" I'm like, "I sure do. I sure do." Anyways, that was fun. So there's how to carve a wood spirit. and then me carving a wood spirit fast, showing you guys how to carve a wood spirit. I'll have a shout out to Ben's studio on the lake, and then I'm going to get out of here. If anybody's got any questions, now's the time. See? Let's give you some other lighting here. If you ask me, these don't need any wood burning. You could wood burn them. Pirate of the Caribbean. Thanks, Darren. Lots of vision in my right eye. Actually, Will, when I don't know how long you've been following my channel but I fell off a roof and landed on my head. I fell off 15 feet, landed on my head on the cement. And well, I got a TBI. Let's just leave it at that. Traumatic brain injury. But one thing that's happened to me is I had 2015 vision before I got hurt, which is better than 2020 vision, believe it or not. So I was once told. But then when I woke up in the hospital and I was able to understand what's going on, I couldn't see as good. So my eyes got such a big bang. My eyes got wrecked from the injury itself too. So these are just my carvings I might have for I might do the chip in giveaway thing for a chainsaw. See that cheekbone's perfect right there. I like the way that is, but it's not the same on the other side. That's okay. Yeah, Kevin Sticks and Stones is going to be putting out lots of videos, different expressions on wood spirits and stuff like that. Mine are always I know how to make them smiling. I know how to make teeth in them. But Kevin knows how to make different, the eyelids move different ways and stuff. Thanks, Bashir. Thanks, Darren. Thanks for posting everything, Evil Rick. If anybody wanted to buy me a coffee, there's my PayPal link. So these might be giveaway pieces if I want to do that, so people can win some of my carvings around the world, chip in so I can buy a chainsaw. I can afford to buy it myself, but it's a good chance to let people to get my carvings. And sometimes people like, I never used to do anything like that, but then I was explained to me sometimes people do want to help too. So you have those people that want to help, you have to kind of let them help. I don't know, maybe whoever chips in the most amount, I'll name the chainsaw after them or something. MAPK said, I wish you good health. Take care of yourself. To me or to the other fellow with the head injury? Thanks. Thank you. And I wish you good health in Ukraine as well. Hopefully that war is going to die down. Go away soon. Thanks, Perry. Hopefully that war is going to go away and then you can live your life in peace again. I'm not too sure if the war is in your neighborhood or how it's affected you, but I'm sure some way it's in your country, so I'm sure some way it has. So I wish you the best. Now this one, see, I remember I talked about. My name is Mark. Okay, Mark. Where are you in the UK? See if I gave this one more curve here. There's so many different ways to do. Now for these ones, I could, even though these beard hairs are already carved, I could use the aluminum cutter and really like right here. I could use this aluminum cutter and really give them thin beard hairs. Use this on edge. See this cutter on the bottom? Go everything, the hairs really quick. Let me see what these ones. Yeah. Hopefully, if it's nice tomorrow, I'm going to go back chainsaw carving, finish off that cowboy one. My 2511 is running, but I just need to. Hi, Lee. Oh, I got to let my cat in. I'm going to need to get a new one soon. This one's on its last legs, which is good. It's lasted me 2 years. Where are you, Lee? Anyways, does anybody got questions or no? There's a how long has this video been going on for? It only says 14 minutes. Did it get disconnected? Is this a different stream? 2 hours? Oh, okay. Thanks. It only says 14 minutes on mine. Hi, Lee. That's it, everybody. There's a how to carve a wood spirit, and then there's carving the wood spirit, showing how to carve the wood spirit. The more that you do, the better you're going to get. I'm not a natural born artist. Rick's been here from the beginning. He's seen my progress. Lots of you guys have seen my progress. It's just I can't say it enough. The more that you do, the better you're going to get, and anybody can do it. I think wood carving's easier than painting. That's going to be it for me. It's steak time. Got to go fire up the barbecue. Put a potato in tinfoil. I got friggin' bacon bits, sour cream, steak, rawer than medium rare. Yeah, it's going to be good. Okay, thanks. Thanks, Evil Rick, for being here to be the moderator. I love the new stand, the tripod thing that you got me. I think it's beneficial for everybody, and that's it. And tomorrow, you guys will see me working on that burl piece that I found, the maple burl that I found on the beach. I'm going to say it right now. It's friggin' the worst piece of wood I've ever carved. Be bad. Rick says, be bad, everybody. Thanks, Bosher. City Belaya. It means church. Near Kiev. Oh, nice. I used to have a Kiev sticker on my Harley Davidson. Be well. Hope you're staying away from that war, from the bombs, and keep carving, everybody. Thanks for being here, Matt. You too, Matt. I know Matt personally. Carve Fusion over and out. Don't shit your pants.